Okay, let's see what technical difficulties might plague me this time around. Hey everybody, I'm Lisa. I am the Crafty Goddess. Hello and welcome. I am doing a second consecutive tutorial in a row. I know this is a little unusual, but the idea for this came to me today while I was at work, and I thought I kind of wanted to start doing some jewelry tutorials, so I thought I'd share this one with you. It's super simple. It basically is how to make your own semi-precious gemstone bracelet. I know the name Crafty Goddess, you first think, oh, she's crafty, she likes to knit and do stuff. But the word goddess seems to be overlooked a little bit, and that's fine. But just thought I'd give you a full disclosure right now. I have been a practicing pagan for just over 30 years now, and sometimes my craft spills over into my craft. I like to make objects and whatnot that are part of what I do and what I adhere to on a daily basis. And one of the things that I've found that I've enjoyed doing over the years is making bracelets with crystals and semi-precious gemstones. I know there's a bit of contention, you know, whether or not crystals have magical properties or they can cure ailments, whatnot. I personally believe that because crystals and gemstones are from the earth, they do retain some amount of magical energy and property. But do I believe that they can fully remedy something like, say, a cold or a serious ailment? No, I do not. Full disclosure right here, I personally believe that any sort of woo answer or solution or whatever, as fun as it may be and as good as it may make you feel, I don't think it should replace modern medicine. I believe that the two can work hand in hand. But it's like, say, if you have a cold, if you're, you know, you can put together a bracelet with, say, turquoise and carnelian and other healing stones to sort of help speed up the healing process from this cold. But if you're not getting your bed rest and drinking your fluids and replenishing your fluids and taking care of yourself, you're still going to have that cold. You're still going to feel like crap. So I am not a medical professional. I am not a trained medical professional at all. I am not at liberty to give any medical advice whatsoever. If you are feeling like crap for any reason whatsoever, get thee hence to a physician forthwith and then go from there. I have no issues with crystals, gemstones, essential oils, etc., but I believe that it can be worked in conjunction with modern medicine and not necessarily as a replacement. But if it makes you feel good and it works for you, I say go with it as long as it harms none. And ye harm none, do as ye will. Am I right? Okay. So as you can see here, I've accumulated quite a number of gemstones and crystals. My favorite go-to to purchase some of these is a place in Toronto called Arton Beads. They are located near the intersection of Queen West and Augusta. Yes, it's in the Queen West district of Toronto in the textiles district. There are a lot of cool little fabric shops and bead shops and whatnot in that section. And I find the staff to be incredibly friendly and wonderful. They recently put up on their website, because of the pandemic that we are all experiencing here, they are encouraging customers to shop online. They do have a website, artonbeads.com, and they will ship wherever. I don't know what their shipping costs are. I like to go down and visit in person. I haven't been able to do that this year for obvious reasons, but I say give their website a try. I'll put it at the bottom afterwards. But they're a lot of fun. They also sell things like these silver spacer beads. They sell findings. They sell trinkets. They sell charms. Anything you need to make jewelry, they've probably got it. Or they know where they can get it. Like I said, the staff are incredibly friendly and they're absolute sweethearts. And about once or twice a year, I like to go in and just drop a king's ransom. It's a lot of fun. Anyway. So what you're going to need, and as you can see, I've got a notebook here. Sorry, don't mind this. It's got a cute little kitty cat on it. I like to keep this notebook handy because I like to put together combinations of gemstones for specific purposes. Some of them come intuitively, some of them from Pinterest, I'm not going to lie. And if anybody's curious about different crystals and gemstones and their properties and whatnot, I would heavily recommend picking up a copy of the Crystal Bible. It's amazing. It's very thorough and informative. It's got different, like, metaphysical properties, zodiac properties, you name it. I hope nobody heard that kid screaming in the background. No, it's not mine. There's a lot of kids running around having fun in the sun, as they should. Anyway, so yeah, check out the Crystal Bible if you're looking for specific gemstones with specific meanings. I am going to, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put together a bracelet for sleep and more specifically insomnia. Like I said, you're going to need different coordinating gemstones for whichever purpose you... even if all this woo stuff sounds a little weird, you can still make yourself a really cute piece of jewelry. No harm, no foul. What I like to do is I like to group 4 different types of stones, and I use 4 stones per gemstone. So I've got 4 smoky quartz beads already on a piece of elastic. It's 0.5 millimeter. I used to use 1 millimeter elastic cord for bracelets, but for some reason I just can't tie a knot with it anymore. I would put it on my wrist to try and fit it, and it would come undone. Beads would fly everywhere, and I would just be a sobbing, inconsolable mess after that, because stuff happens. But what I did is I already measured out the elastic cord. I measured out 10 centimeters because I figure it's a nice generous amount. I want something to fit around my wrist as well as to accommodate the number of beads and whatnot. So I'll show we'll get to the finished result eventually. I also like to use lava rocks for to space out the groups of gemstones. For the record, I'm using 8 millimeter beads for the gemstones and the lava rocks. The lava rocks are cool because you can put 1 or 2 drops of your favorite essential oil on the lava rocks and they'll stay there. You'll carry the scent with you throughout the day. However, if you do that, just be aware of your surroundings. If you have, say, a coworker who has allergies to certain smells or is sensitive to different types of scents, whichever. Otherwise, have at it. I also like to use spacer beads, like preferably silver spacer beads. You can use silver, you can use gold, whichever tickles your fancy. You can use larger beads. You can use 10 millimeter beads for your gemstones. Just as long as they're enough that can fit your wrist comfortably. You want something that's not going to roll up and down your arm, and you also want something that's not going to choke off the circulation of your hand. You want something that's going to be comfortable and fit you. So, as I said, I've already strung the, for the sleep insomnia bracelet, sorry, I am using smoky quartz, excuse me, lapis lazuli, I hope I pronounced that right, pardon me, I'm using snowflake obsidian and sodalite. Pardon me, I had to get a drink, I'm really dry here. No, it's not the C word with 2 numbers at the end. I'm just really dry. So, I've strung the 4 smoky quartz beads on here. By the way, if you're going to use silver spacer beads or gold or whichever, use a size 5 millimeter or higher. You can use size 4 if you want, but I find the largest size accommodates nicely. And it looks really cute. Sorry, pardon me. I am really dry today. I'm just gonna... This is the fun part of using the lava rocks. You don't know if it's the actual hole for the bead or if it's just a crater. And it turns out I've got a hole. Yay! Come on. This always works fine until I turn the camera on, and then it gets difficult with me. So, I can put this on the end here. Come on. And like so. First grouping done. Cute. And as I said, I got some of my ideas from Pinterest. It also has a really cool resource list for anyone who's curious about paganism. For the record, with paganism, I don't know if I've said this already, but I don't kiss the devil's hindquarters. I do not worship the devil. I don't eat babies. I don't sacrifice animals. I don't delve into horrible things. I don't throw curses. I, live my life with a conscience and try to stick to natural healing stuffs as much as I can. But like I said, I don't want to use these sorts of things as replacements for modern medicine if, say, a serious ailment comes up. And one more bead should do this. It also helps that the beads you're using have enough space to accommodate your elastic. Come on. There we go. Now I just gotta see the other one. Come on. Unless I just have to trade this out and use another one. Fine. Oh, sorry, don't mind the shaky cam. Shaky cam for the win. I'm afraid we're going to have the same problem. Thank heavens I've got a few of these on hand, eh? Alright. Yay! 4 more. These also make really cute gifts, too. So I met someone at the Pirate Festival a couple of years ago. And he was mentioning that his fiancée, now wife, unfortunately had to say goodbye to her dad. And it wasn't by natural causes, if you know what I mean. And so she was grieving and mourning. And so I put together a little something for not necessarily uplifting energy, because sometimes you just have to go through. By the way, the third group of stones I'm using is Snowflake Obsidian. It has a nice calming quality to it. But yeah, I put together a bracelet for this person's fiance, and allegedly she loved it. Now, I didn't know if she was like a woo-woo person at all or not, but they make cute gifts, to be honest. You've probably seen these at New Age shops everywhere, but there is a way you can make your own. Yes, you might be spending a bit at first for the I almost said ingredients, for the items. If you plan on making a lot, like I do, it's worth the investment. If not, just find somebody who makes them, like me, hi, and buy some off them. This is going to give me a hard time too, isn't it? Oh, yes, you are. Okay, now pick another one then. All right. Now the fourth stone that I'm going to be putting on is Sodalite. Sodalite is a nice, calming, relaxing stone. I found out last year how much I like it. It's pretty. It's typically, like I said, the blue and white here. It's got a nice calming effect to it. If you are a full-time insomniac like I am, this kind of bracelet comes in handy. So yeah, for sleep and insomnia, I'm using smoky quartz, lapis, snowflake obsidian, and sodalite. There's a lot of S's in that list, I just noticed. And we're going to do our last group of spacer beads, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Now, another thing I like about doing this, in case you haven't noticed, when you double the thread, you can hook the loop over to your pinky finger so you can keep everything together. I've seen people with stands to assemble their jewelry. That's cool. I like to use what I've got, in this case, my own hands. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to basically tie a square knot like so with the ends. I try to pull it a little tight so that way it's not going anywhere. One. And then just for safe measure, I'll tie another knot just in case. If you want, I've done this before, you can also add a drop of a super glue like Gorilla Glue. I've got Gorilla Glue here. But I'm just going to try and tie this super tight. And then just as a just as an extra added measure, I want to make sure that it fits. It fits nice and snug, but it's not too snug. It's perfect. Cut the ends of the cord. Snippy, snippy. And something else I should have mentioned is when you're doing any sort of beadwork, you want to have like a beading board or some sort of like spongy surface where the beads cannot roll off. Hardwood ain't gonna help. And also, if you have cats or animals that like to get a little extra frisky while you're doing things, you might want to do this in another room altogether because they might jump up on the table and everything goes flying. But there you have it. I've got the 4 beads here, or the 4 types of crystals. Lava beads, spacer beads. It's cute. I'm trying to hide this in the in this one bead. If you can hide the knot, that's even better. I'm struggling with this for some odd reason. As soon as the camera turns on, everything goes to pot. But there you have it. Super easy fun. It's a cute, like I said, if you plan on making a lot of these, it's a cute investment. If it's something that you think you or you woo friends might like, by all means, dive in, explore, and do whatever feels best for you. You can add or subtract beads as to your comfort level. There are no hard, fast rules to how to make something like this. So hopefully this has helped you, given you some new ideas on maybe some homemade gifts. I love handmade. I love homemade, obviously. So I think that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining me on this spontaneous entry into the Crafty Goddess universe. As always, if you like what you saw, please give a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. It'll let you know when more videos are coming up. And let's do this again sometime. This was fun. It was a little frustrating. I had to do a bit of wrestling with this, but it was a lot of fun. And as always, I appreciate spending time with you folks and passing along things that I like to do and hoping that it finds an enthusiastic audience, such as yourselves. I hope. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining me. We'll talk soon. Take care. Be safe. Bye.